Christine, and I'm an occupational therapy assistant. Occupational therapists and occupational therapy assistants help people fully participate in the activities that they want to do every day. Today, I'm going to teach you how to help your family member with general overall weakness transfer safely from a bed to a chair. We're going to do two types of transfers today because those are appropriate for the condition of overall weakness of the body. The first transfer is a standing pivot and the second one is a squat pivot. You, the caregiver, are just going to assist and guide your family member who is the patient. The patient is still going to do the work that they can do, using all of their strength to complete the two transfers. Before we begin, you want to make sure your environment is safe, both for you and the patient. So you're going to make sure there's nothing on the floor next to the bed, and then you're going to put your armchair for the standing pivot transfer next to the bed. You're going to also need to use a gait belt for the transfer. You can either put the gait belt on the edge of the bed here, next to the patient, or on the chair, like I am doing today, okay? You're gonna watch me for proper body mechanics, meaning that you're gonna be bending down to the patient's level with using a straight back. This is gonna keep you safe and from keeping you from hurting your back. You're gonna be using the strength of your legs because those are the largest muscles in your body. But again, the patient is doing most of the work, okay? Do you have any questions before we begin? Okay, so before we sit up, which is what we're gonna do, you're gonna sit up before you transfer to the chair. Before you do that, I'm gonna need you to scoot to the edge of the bed. So first of all, you're gonna scoot your legs right here. Do you feel that? You're gonna just scoot them a little bit toward the edge of the bed so that they're hanging off the bed like that. All right, nice. Now you're gonna scoot your trunk, which is right here. Using your elbows, you're gonna push up on your trunk and just scoot it a little bit more to the edge of the bed. Can you do that now? Okay, push on your elbows and scoot your trunk. There you go, just a little bit. Nice, nice, okay. Now, to sit up, I'm gonna put one of my arms under your shoulders and the other one under your knees, okay? And I'm gonna count to 3. And on 3, you're gonna sit up, using all the strength you have, okay? Now your elbows and your hands can help you, so you're gonna push off the bed using your arms, and that's gonna help you sit up on 3, okay? So I'm gonna put one of my arms here and one under your shoulders. And again, I'm getting low and using my legs with a straight back. Okay, I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3. Nice job using your arms, great work. All right, now the next thing is before we stand up and pivot and sit in the chair, I need you to scoot a little bit towards the edge of the bed. Now what you're gonna do is use your arms to push. You're gonna move one hip just a little bit forward. Move the left one forward first, okay? So you can lean to the right and scoot the left hip forward, nice. And then again, using your arms, you're gonna lean a little bit to your left and scoot your right hip forward. Nice job. Okay, now I'm gonna put the gait belt on. This is just to help me assist you in guiding you to the chair. Is that okay? All right, so you put the gait belt on around, and the end, it goes around the waist. It should sit comfortably, like on the lower part of the waist, going through the teeth first, with only 2 fingers width. Should fit. So you can get 2 fingers in there. Then I'm gonna thread it through the other side of the belt and tuck it away because we don't need that part. That way I can hold onto this and I won't need to grab your clothes, okay? So this is gonna be more comfortable for you. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna stand. Now that your feet are hip width apart, and I'm gonna put my leg here just to help you in the standing and pivoting, okay? Just for a little bit of support. But when I count to 3, you're gonna stand. Now what we're gonna do this time is you're gonna use your momentum to stand and a little bit of your arms pushing. You're gonna push off with your hands on the bed, okay? Both of those things are gonna help you stand easier. So you're gonna lean nose over toes and look over my shoulder. And on 3, we're gonna rock. 1, 2, 3, and on 3, you're gonna stand. Are you ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Nice job. Now I'm gonna move this chair a little bit closer, and you're just gonna pivot and sit. When you pivot, I want you to reach out to this arm across here, okay? Because that's gonna guide you. All right, here we go on 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice job. Now, I want you to scoot back. You can move one hip and use your arms to scoot back. Great, you did both hips at one time. Is that more comfortable for you?
Yes.
Nice. So when you sit in a chair, you always want to make sure you sit back before you leave your family member. Okay, I'm going to take the gait belt off. And again, the arms of the chair can help with scooting back. You can push on your arms of your chair and scoot your hips back. And they also keep you safer because you can use them for balance. And do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, how did that feel? How did the transfer feel?
It felt good.
Awesome. And the other thing is before someone sits down, make sure they feel the back of the chair with the back of their legs before they sit down. They can either reach and feel the chair or with the back of their legs, because that's going to help you know where you're going. Okay, those are 2 tips. Thank you. Now I'm going to show you how to complete with your family member a squat transfer. This is the second type of transfer that you can do with your family member for safety reasons due to the condition of overall weakness. Again, the family member is going to be doing, or the patient is going to be doing the work, and you're guiding and assisting, okay, using correct body mechanics. Make sure that you're getting low with the patient when they're doing the squat transfer, okay? This one's starting from the supine position or laying down in the bed, and the first thing we're gonna do again, just like similar to the standing pivot, the first step is the same of sitting up and guiding the patient to sit up on the bed. The next thing is just pivoting still in a squat to a chair. This chair is a little bit different. It doesn't have any arms. So this is where you'd want to use, if you don't have an arm here next to the bed on this chair, or if you have a wheelchair where you can take off the arm, this is where the patient can do a squat transfer when there's no arm on this side that's next to the bed. If this was a wheelchair, you could use the arm still here, and that can help the patient. The patient would place his or her arm during the transfer to guide their body also to a seated position in the chair. But in this case, the squat transfer, it might be used when the patient's more weak one day and maybe doing the standing pivot is too much exertion for them. So that's why this is a second option with the condition of weakness. All right, you want to assess the environment again. There's nothing on the floor that I'm going to trip into or that the patient would trip, no hazards. And then the chair is up against the bed, and again, this one has no arms. Okay. So, hi, how are you doing today?
Great.
Great. I'm going to assist you moving from your bed to your chair today. Okay, this chair today has no arms. The first thing that you're going to need to do, though, is scoot closer to the edge of the bed. I'm going to be here, but I first want you to scoot your legs towards the end of the bed. Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, keep going, stop. Okay, now you're a little bit bent, so you're going to move your torso to the end of the bed. Use your elbows to push down on the bed while you're moving your torso towards me. Nice job. Now you're in a better position to sit up, okay? All right, so I'm going to guide you in seating. While you push off with your arms from the bed, I'm going to have one of my arms under your shoulders and the other one under your knees, just to guide you to the seated position, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna move on the count of 3. I'm gonna put one arm here. You're gonna put your hands at your side so you can push off the bed. Right there, okay? And I'm gonna put my other arm underneath your shoulders. You're gonna go up and push off on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. Nice work. All right, that's good. Stay right there. Now, the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna actually just scoot a little bit, one hip at a time, because that's gonna require less exertion for you. So towards the end of the bed, you can use your hands by pushing off. So what you're gonna do is if you want to lean to your right, you're gonna scoot your left hip forward. Lean to the right, scoot your left hip forward, nice. Now lean to the left and scoot this one just a little bit, great. Now this is good, you can be at an angle, so let's move your right hip a little bit more forward. There you go, nice. Because we're doing a squatting transfer this time, so you can be at the angle on your bed. And my leg is here to prevent you from falling too. All right, so you are in a safe position. And then to keep you safe and also help me guide you to the chair, I'm gonna put on this gait belt, okay? It's just like it's the same way we used it for the standing pivot transfer. I'm gonna put it around your waist, and it's just to help me so I don't have to grab your clothes and just to guide you. Are you okay with that? All right, so let me put it around your waist. Thread it through the teeth end first. And I'm gonna tighten it just so I have 2 fingers there. How does that feel?
Great.
And tuck in the rest. Now I'll be holding it right here, all right? Just so you know that. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is you're gonna actually stay squatted when you're moving from the bed to the chair, okay? So you're gonna make sure your feet or your hip width apart, and my feet are gonna be the same, okay? I'm gonna spread them a little bit farther, but my leg's gonna go right between your knees for support for you. And what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna put this leg out a little bit when you put it on the floor, okay? It's just gonna go out a little bit. And again, we're gonna do the rocking thing of 1, 2, and we're moving up when I say 3, and you're gonna be looking over my shoulder. That momentum's gonna help you transfer easier, okay? All right, are you ready? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Nice job. Now, you're gonna scoot back, and that's great. Put your hand on the end of the chair right there, and then you can scoot 1 hip at a time. Nice job. All right, is your bottom in the back of the chair?
Yes.
How do you feel?
Great.
Awesome. You did a great job transferring there. And did you notice how you didn't have to even stand up? You could stay in that squatted, bent knee position to transfer to the chair. Okay, that's awesome. Now, as I mentioned, you can do both of those transfers, either the standing pivot transfer that the first one I showed you, or the squatted pivot transfer to help your family members safely transfer from one surface, which is the bed, to the next surface, which is the chair. The first chair was an armchair. So you want to, if you have an armchair that you're transferring your family member to, you want to use the standing pivot transfer. If you do not have an armchair, or you can take off an arm off of the chair, that's the arm that's closest to the bed, then you can use the squat pivot transfer that I just showed you in the video. If you have any other questions, or you're not sure of one of the methods that I showed you today, please consult your occupational therapy assistant or your occupational therapist. And always you can consult your physician. Thank you so much for listening.